Welcome to another episode of the Huge Podcast. The Huge Podcast, and I told you I was off.
Well, yung abi naman ni-record niyo mo itong prayer. 3 ito i-appeal ba?
Lagi, abi.
Wala
Ba?
paano mo dili? Iwan na lang.
Balik na lang. Pag-pray lang, balik.
Na lang pag when this stops. We're recording now.
K Na Ging, take one.
Welcome, bro. Welcome to Huge Upside. Welcome to Huge Upside. We are joined today by no other than Inez of K Na Ging.
K Na Ging.
Yes.
Respect.
Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Hello. Well, how do you call yourself now? I heard you rebranded yourself, right?
Yeah, I did. Okay. My husband got busy with his music and podcast. So
And you,
I'm the Stoner Moms.
Stoner Mom. Nice.
Your mom.
Yeah.
If this was a debate, I'll be on the opposition here.
Okay.
But this is
You're against the...
We're sweating, you guys.
Mutual. I'm a very anxious person. Not just that, just to shed some light to our people. This is gonna gross out. I do sweat a lot, and
for no
for no fucking reason. My palms sweat a lot. Mom spaghetti, I know, all of
Wow.
that. Even my armpits sweat. Not even that, the back of my knees sweat. Even my feet sweat. That's why I'm a very sweaty person. Just to give confidence to all of y'all who's listening right now, you are not alone if you have these anxiety attacks.
right.
Yeah.
So is your anxiety kicking in, man? Are you tense right now?
I don't feel it. It's like an subconscious, you know, like it just happens. It's like the way my body warms up for anything. I get sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms.
Yeah.
Comes out.
It just comes out. And then, you know, this situation is like,
Just
You know-
useful.
I know, like people don't like to hold hands with me when it's when we're at church and you're praying Our Father. Everybody holds hands, right? I usually look at the person next to me. Oh my God, I don't know what he's thinking.
Like in high school, right?
In
We are
high
forced to
school.
hold hands, especially when it's segregated. Then like when it's Our Father, we like join hands, and connect together. Especially if you're in the corner, right?
I'll be the. What do you call the? Okay, if this was a debate, I'll be on the opposition
Yeah.
here. Yeah, but this is
Against what? Well, what are you against of? You have to
Yes.
describe it.
Yeah, what are you against?
I am against of something, but this is in hopes to shed some light, right? When people
Oh
start,
yeah, because okay,
Yes.
since we talked about is this related to the stoner mom thing that like what
it's not really about stoner mom. Kind of like the stoner mom thing. It's
I know.
It's
That's why
rebellious,
I was
love it.
asking you what are you against of? We
It's-
didn't have even started with the topic yet.
Yeah. So
I'm kind of against with the thing about stoner. So it's probably
Oh,
because I don't
So,
I don't do it.
Mike here's a sober guy.
I'm not really sober.
I remember when we used to hang out when we were together, right? When me and some of our friends we go to the corner and you know what we're gonna do, and you tend to judge us from.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
a bit.
I'd be a hypocrite if I don't, because I did do some back in the day.
Oh,
So-
you did.
I did, yeah, I did. So
You didn't
I'm
like
not,
it.
I'm not new to it.
just to shed some light, can you dispel for our listeners right now? Because I don't see, back then I didn't see being a stoner was gonna do any good for me. So what is the positive thing of using cannabis and being a stoner as well? Like, can you share us your story? Take us through your story. What's in it? What's in
Okay.
it?
So first I'd like to define the meaning of a stoner. A stoner means you smoke more than 3 times a week. I'm more than that.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
I'm way better.
This is interesting.
I just want to clarify that. So, I say I'm a stoner mom because I'm more than that. And you guys, I think it's a case-to-case basis.
Uh-huh.
I can handle like I tried to be sober after my pregnancy. And if you did hear about our story, it was a difficult time for me and Pat, especially being an immigrant here. Now, I had no family at all. So my depression was really, really bad, like the postpartum depression and all. So that led me to taking other drugs prescribed to me. So, and then, okay, this is really tough to talk about, but that's okay.
Are you sure?
No, it's fine.
All right, go.
Okay, so I took some drugs prescribed to me. It didn't work. It just really it was downer. It put me down some more. So, and then my marriage didn't really go well with Pat for the few months because I was adjusting to becoming a mom, and my family weren't here. I was adjusting to getting married and being an immigrant, being alone. Everything was everything happened in one time. It was so tough. Na even if I take drugs, it was not helping me at all. So then Pat and I were really rough the first 6 months of our marriage until Mother's Day. He gifted me this, and I promised myself not to smoke again because I was really a regular smoker then before I got pregnant. And smoker, I mean this. And then so when I took that, I was like, okay, karon lang, Mother's Day. When I took it, man, I wished I took it way after birth. Because it's different. You get to appreciate the things that is there. Because when I took Xanax and Prozac and some narc. But those were prescribed to me, It was really bad. It was bad. I wasn't okay. I was always sleeping. How could I be a good mom? How could I take care of our daughter kung yung anak gihapon niyang ifat? So when I went back to smoking, I was like, oh my God, this is all I needed. It calmed me. It made me appreciate what I had. It made me see what was in front of me because I've been seeing Pat every day. Pero gina-appreciate ba na ko siya? No. Ang nga nabitaw because, you get what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Just a personal question.
Every day. How long have you been married with Pat?
A year, and I just found out that you got married the day after our wedding.
Yeah. I think that was a month after your wedding.
Oh, was it a month? No, it was the next day.
Next day was it? December. You guys.
November 27.
Oh, we were 28 of December of that year.
Oh, December. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fine.
So carry on with your story.
Huh?
Yeah, you can carry on with your story. Sorry to
Oh, sorry. I thought it was done now.
oh yeah, you still wanna elaborate on that?
Which part?
So
our marriage now is okay. If you wanted to know. Yeah, I mean, yes. I wouldn't say that we're we're super better right now na. There's really understanding, there's really patience, and there's really joy. Because ako personally, if I take this, it calms me and it knocks my head na welcome to the present. Mura siya ging anak bitaw.
Alright, nice.
Okay, wow. And also, it fixes my patience. Having a kid na kanang, especially our kid, Pat sure did mention about her.
Yeah,
she's weaker. So her development, she came out at 5 months. And I'm always there during her checkups. And every checkup is like, oh, she's too small. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. And pressuring ba ya siya? Because don't you get it? Our daughter is a 23-weeker. Why are you pressuring her to grow? So, kanabitaw murag, it's also tough for me as a mom because ang patience to other people who see her differently than we do is samo. It helps me. This really helps me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What strain is that? Like
Mimosa. It's
Oh, that's what you
Yeah.
spoke to. Like I've seen your last episode, first episode of season.
oh really?
Now, what are you smoking in your cartridge?
I'm smoking Platinum Vape. It's from Michigan. It's a Mimosa OG. It's more of
Oh,
indica.
mimosa.
Dab and tub. What is a dab? What do you want? Is a dab?
Dab is like
That is like the wax something.
yeah, the wax thing. Then
Oh.
I haven't tried that. So I'm a stoner mom, but I haven't experienced everything, like the how-tos of how to smoke.
I think who tried that is shout out to our guy Book of Poison.
Yeah, Book of
That's
Poison.
right.
Yeah, man.
That.
My in-law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Anyway,
I sound like I sound like I don't belong to the opposition anymore. But
I want to shed some light.
because for some people who like think like me, like I'm really fucking judgmental and
Okay.
Yeah, Mike is a prejudice.
I'm a prejudiced person. So I think
Super
that's
prejudice.
I think that's how I grew up all my life. But this is like coming into terms. I'm coming to terms with myself with that. Again, you can't like put a stereotype and label in all things. That's why we are this platform is also a way for me, like a therapy for me, so I could get to know people better.
To be open.
Yes.
Well, with whatever, like with even being open to like I also have like homophobia, but
Yeah.
I freak out. I freak out.
Mike is a homophobe.
I'm a homophobe.
Prejudice. He's a prejudice.
I'm homophobe.
Judge.
But
I'm very open with the LGBT world. Like, I mean, not open like I'm wannabe LGBT. I'm fucking straight.
Very open.
Sure.
Open. Open
I'm fucking
for
straight.
business.
No, I'm fucking straight, but I'm very open. Like, I'd like to be approachable to them, like just so I can be able to
Understand them,
Yeah.
right?
They will
Empathize with
understand
them. Understand, yeah.
them and myself as well. Like, why am I so afraid of them? Like in the beginning,
beginning,
like
Maybe you had like a
Trauma.
trauma when you were a kid. You were like
I don't know. Ugh.
probably, man.
So how do you react, Nick?
They come up to me a lot, you know.
And yeah,
So you're like a LGBT magnet or something like that.
I wouldn't say that, but man, anyone can be an LGBT magnet. But it's just that these memories of my experiences with them stand out. Like I get homophobic.
You think they're checking you out? That's
Yeah,
what you think.
I
They always
got
check
that,
you out.
so-
I have that prejudice in me.
Ones.
No, not really the intimidating one. Everyone. So like all of them. Small but small, big.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I have.
How did you like first realize like this guy or this this
I don't know. Like
how do you know? Like
man.
when's the first time you realized like was it in college, high school, or
ever
and
since
who was that?
from
Are you
Probably
Oh,
college.
what's that cute?
I'm not gonna drop some names here.
Is it our batchmate?
I'm not gonna drop some names. I think
There's
think
so
they
many
know who
like
they
there's so
are.
many people in school. You
Yeah.
just mentioned it. Is it from school?
No,
Okay.
no, but
Is it back in high school?
not even. I think I kind of had I felt that they were kind of checking me out back probably and when I hit college. So like, but that
When you were growing, when you were like a
Growing,
man
yeah,
already.
like, we're trying to
At this
puberty,
puberty
I
stuff.
don't know.
No.
They're cute kasi Nick.
But anyway, like
so that was for me. Like
this
this thing is
a
therapy.
therapy for me. This platform
Very nice.
because
I get to know people and how they think and how their brain works. Like, and I get to forgive myself for being so prejudiced too, right?
like,
Okay.
And a lot of people humble me on this show because I say a lot of shit on this podcast.
and
I get humbled too. And first thing and foremost, I'm so lucky to have this co-host right here. Like he does kinda.
For the love.
Yeah, he does kinda do a mentorship role here in this podcast. Like, and with all our guests, like they're like our mentor too, right? Like they do drop some wisdom on our show.
No, our goal is to learn from them. Like we're learning from you, like from your point of view, from our guest, right? From Inez.
Yeah.
Like
And
with it, you can't judge her. Like of course, if I were Mike and I didn't know, let me put myself in Mike's shoes, and he doesn't know you, Inez. Like when he scrolls up your page or like watches K Na Ging, I know what Mike's already thinking. Like Mike's already thinking about
Okay.
like damn, no, like judgmental kind of guy. But yeah, thank you for giving an insight for
yes.
that.
So that's
People
how
don't know what people are
Yeah.
going through.
That's the things that go inside my head. So like, but I'm not really hard on people who like are taking substance or doing cannabis stuff.
It's just
Okay,
because I
substance-
don't know.
This is different. I want to clarify.
Substances, it's chemicals.
Yeah,
I understand. So like, see, I even categorize them in one as one, right? So like,
The reason
That's
why
how
is
prejudiced he is.
I don't know. So that's why we got Nez on this show here to educate us.
Nah, okay.
Okay, you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Koi is a vet when it comes to these things.
Yeah,
You're just
If you want, you can share on the show, bro.
no. I
What
used
do you have to say about K Na Ging though? The platform sounds cool, right? K Na Ging.
like
It's so
it's
Bisaya,
good.
right?
Like it has like it has its market. Like people who can relate. People who love like what I see is like most people from in general when they check out these shows, especially the ones who haven't tried the who haven't are close-minded or have not yet, or like you, Mike, like people like Mike, like in the when people check out the page, they automatically have this like notion of like they're just wasting their lives, or like you know the basic kind of stuff. I was there before because I used to be that super stoner guy. Even I've been caught many times by my parents, by my loved ones and everything, and I know that feeling, so I can relate. So you can't really judge someone unless you know
You've been there.
you've been there. So
true.
And that's why I got both of y'all on this show, cause like I don't think I can speak on behalf for the people who use or don't use. So that's why like this is gonna shed some light and probably like clear some prejudice in me and some of our listeners if they do have that, you know. This K Na Ging, I like where this is going. It's so Bisaya, man. Like you also rebranded.
it's a slang. It's
Is it a
sort of a
slang?
slang of Naging na go like K Naging.
It's like
When we
never.
okay, bye.
So the story behind K Na Ging was when Pat and I started smoking. It was our kind of bonding na. Okay, diba? I stopped and then I went back and then he smoked with me. So we talk a lot. Tapos na-realize na mo 3 hours na mi nag-ingkod sa porch. Then marami gaing K Na Ging. Mana, mura siya ging anak bitaw stop na. Mura siya ging anak pero it sounds like K Na Ging. So K Na Ging, yeah.
K Na Ging. Pinaka.
Nice.
K Na
So that's where the like the origins of K Na Ging came from. Oh, nice. From the porch.
From the porch.
From the porch.
Is
Respect.
Is that where you guys usually do roll up?
No.
Yeah.
No, sa garage jud me, but that was spring when we went back to it. So it was okay lang. Sa garage kay tugnaw naman good karon.
Yeah.
So tong spring.
Pat does complain a lot when he does Yossi breaks. Like tugnaw na kayo.
As in,
Cold,
magkarog jud siya.
Like the garage doesn't have a heating system, right?
No.
inside the house. So Nez, I would like to thank you for clearing some clearing some things out of the way. And
Oh, wait, Mike. Let's talk about because I'm sure many of our listeners out there. I'm sure most of them will be shocked that we are promoting this stuff, and we just want to clear the air. So for you, Mike, what is for a guy like you? What's the negative notion you have for people who use cannabis, or what's your preconceived notion for people who
I think you said it
that
a while
smoke?
back.
I think you said it a while back. Like,
Let's enumerate them so that people like. What's your preliminary like judges so that we can clear the so that people can relate. Like maybe because people won't really understand unless like we talk about it. So
yeah, sure.
So you I do have these notions like you just said earlier like they're just wasting their time.
Yeah.
And second is like again I do know that you can live without it. And third is like it does have this kind of effect on us because like it does kind of put you in the spot like where you depend on it, right? It's like
addictive. You mean?
In a sense it is addictive. And one more thing, does kind of cause some kind of paranoia. So did I pretty much answer that, bro?
Yeah, good. Like, so we just wanted to like enumerate that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Nez, like moving forward with this brand that you're having, I saw that episode you did with your first guest,
Kelly.
You really had that strong connection with her. I kind of saw some light though, like why this K Na Ging, and what is your mission and vision for K Na Ging?
So honestly and frankly, K Na Ging was made for fun. It was for my outlet. I made K Na Ging and Pat just wanted to be around. I wanted him to be around because dili man ko anad mag-podcast. It was him who had an outlet. Si Pat has lots of outlets. He has Yossi Break, his music, his beats. Ako, what do I have? I don't, right? So I smoke weed and, okay na ko. I'm really fine with smoking weed and having a bath, That's it. That's all I want. And it's very harmless.
Having a bath.
Huh?
Smoking weed and having a bath. That's solid. Gabi ka relax. I can already imagine like on a tub like and you're like smoking and you're very relaxed.
I just wonder what that's like.
You should.
I can only imagine.
You should send Pat some vapes or some. You should send Pat. You should send Mike some vapes. So I think he's there.
I don't think it's gonna get past the customs here.
Yeah, I don't.
Me too.
It's not legal here, dude.
Yeah, but it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but it was made for fun lang, yun. Until we met, most of our followers in K Na Ging, like siguro 5% are my actual friends. Just 5%. Most of them I just met online.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing because I get to be myself, right? I get to be myself. I get to meet people. I got to meet a lot of stoner moms. You'd be surprised how many we are. Around.
Let's say. Would it reach around 100 stoner moms?
Oh my God, more than that. More than that.
Dang. Stoner moms, right? There should be a hashtag stoner moms.
It is a hashtag.
Yeah. Because it's hard, like being a mom, like taking, like doing all these responsibilities.
Plus, you had that postpartum, right?
And
you don't have help pa. Unlike there or in the Philippines, you get help. I get to do all the chores. Well, Pat helps me too. Pero, can a mom have a break? Can a mom?
Yes. So you're a full-time mom.
Yeah, I am a full-time mom and housewife. So
what's that like?
It's
just out of topic. Like I'm excited for my wife
because Because Mike here wants to be a dad.
I want to be a dad soon.
Oh, okay. Wow. I wanted to be a mom.
Really?
And I had her, and she's really a miracle. So sometimes I think na I'm so bored already. I want to have money. I want to go shopping. My God, I want to go shopping. You know, but I don't have money because I'm here at home. And kanang wala lang, ma-appreciate dayon ako na I wanted her, so be okay with getting bored. Be okay with being a full-time mom because you wanted her and she was given to you. So
gift.
That helps me think that way. Yeah.
About you being a stoner mom, right? So I'm sure people would want to know how it all started. Like the genesis of you being introduced to the ganja.
Yeah,
So,
what was your childhood like? Like, what were you like growing up?
When was the first time?
Yeah.
Before you were before your first time, what was your mindset towards smoke? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait lang. Oh my God. Yeah. So growing up, I was bullied. And I was an ugly duckling, so dagan kay gasaway sa ako ko'y sumpay kong kilay, you know, thick kay akong eyebrows, more akong Indian and all. And, you know, so growing up, anad ko alone ko. I have friends, but they wouldn't stay long. So I had more guy friends than girlfriends, and I'm always close with guys than girls. So, and also, mind you, allergic to alcohol. So I don't drink.
Right.
So I don't drink. Ahubakon ko, I'd pass out, I'd vomit, I'd have a hard time breathing. So I don't. So yeah, I'd hang out with my guy friends na chill lang sad. Also siguro bullied. Also siguro mga kuan.
Passed out. So like the
you guys flock together, right?
Yeah. Pero pagka high school or later in high school kay murag kami na ang cool. Ingana bitaw. So I wasn't really a regular smoker until regular smoker, I mean a regular jud ko mag re-up.
Okay.
I'd only smoke during occasions or when I'm out or even at home. So I really smoke regularly when I started working at the call center. I'd have a hard time sleeping mangod when the sun's out.
Yeah.
So
night shift, the graveyard shift. Yeah.
Yeah. So other people, what they do, they drink. Right? That's why you'd see people sa mga 24/7 na agikan pa na sila duty.
Yeah.
Pero ako, dili na nako thing. I'd rather smoke and then sleep.
People have been using cannabis as a sleep aid for decades, mainly due to the feeling of relaxation and calm it's commonly associated with. Many believe that it can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep, and others showing it can decrease REM sleep.
You know, so that's how it all started, and I never stopped until I got pregnant. Yeah.
So at what age did you start? Like,
oh God, I thought you forgot.
But if you don't mind sharing,
it's okay, man. If you don't mind, it's okay if you don't. Just you can say like I'm way young, or like how were you introduced to that? Like, what was the feeling on your first puff or something?
Yeah.
I can still remember mine.
Me too, man.
Really? I don't know which one was my first. Yeah, but all I can remember was I was 14.
Wow.
And then with my cousin and his friends, we were at the beach, and then they had the grass.
Always at the beach.
Yeah.
The grass. Wow, grass. Tapos din sila, lamig kayo ni. And then okay. Sound man, we're in a Yossi. Okay. Pag smoke na ko, wala na, we were already on the sand, laying down. Gatanaw mi yung sunset bitaw. And then ko, my God, unsa man to? Murag, buti siya. Ano din ko nga, mura po siya wallpaper sa windows, no?
Oh, yeah.
And then I liked it, pero di po ako siya to the point na I look for it, no? I used to enjoy taking it, and now I think I need it in my life. So, from that to now.
But just wanna ask you one, because I got really curious, Nez. So you said like there was some bullying a lot in your early years, and then was it kind of form of escape for you back then compared to it is right now, wherein like it is part of you now? Like back then, did you take it as to escape situations or the?
When I learned about it, yes, it became that way because I was really a different kid. You'd be surprised of what kind of kid I was. And voila, it just, when I learned about it and when I experienced it, kay murag, naraman di ay ni. Bitaw, because I would admit, it was way back man sad na. Suicidal ko kayo sa una. Many attempts at the hospital. Inga na bitaw, and because I wanted things that I can't have, you know, so did you hear that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was hard for me until I learned na also if I don't get even happy with drinking, because literal, I tried drinking at that age, 12, 13, 14. And ang ending yun kay magkamang jud ko literal pa uli. Like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Pero bukay ko. It doesn't do me well, and I can a bit of people because to make them feel better. Oh no, that's not me. When I tried weed, it was this is it. This is holy grail.
So you found your thing. You found your, I wouldn't say niche, but you found that thing that makes you happy. It can come in many forms, right? Like I find talking to people late in my life kind of makes me happy. Like that's why I love doing this. Like to connect with people, even though I have my prejudice and judgmental tendencies, and I come across like offensive with some people. It's always there, but I just like the company of people and talking to people. And I kind of found out about that late in my life because I'm very introverted. Like,
really?
Yeah, I'm so introverted. I just kept into my room.
I doubt.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, I don't talk about stuff like that, and I'm very introverted. When I was young, I kept to my I was watching this. Yeah, I wasn't hanging out with the guys like after school. Like like I was in a situation where like I couldn't do that, and I was like I had to adjust and like okay, like I can also be happy if I just kept to myself. I just head straight home. And in my household, like we were like not really talking too. So like later in my life, when I connect with people like all walks of life, I found out like wow, this is so liberating. Talking to people is liberating. Like, and then also that cleared the air for like I had this like notions and prejudice or like I judged people. And now it's like slowly like clearing the air like wow, okay, like I totally was on the wrong side of this when I pretty much judged this person wrong. He's a really cool guy, or like he's an okay person. So like this is my thing now. Talking to people makes me happy. And then it's like with her, I don't know if you've considered a passion for cannabis makes you happy. And I think it's a passion. Like it works different for people. Like what makes you happy right now, bro? I'm pretty sure it's family, right?
And doing for me now, if to be honest, what makes me happy is me being productive.
Yeah, I love to hear that.
Is being productive right now. I wasn't that like before. I used to be super duper lazy, man. Just like smoke and just lie down and like. Then ever since I became a father, it started to change. Then my priorities. Then I there's someone looking up to me now, so I have to step up. Being a parent game.
Yeah, it
So
switches up, right?
yeah,
That's why, like, I'm
but
so curious, dude.
occasionally I have that side of me that wants to, like, relax from time to time. It comes out.
I mean, we all deserve it, man. Like, we all deserve to relax. Like, even my wife tells me, like, yeah, that's why you're so like all over the place. Like, you tend to forget things a lot because you have to relax at
Oh,
at points. Yeah.
you keep forgetting about her, man. Is that what
Uh,
you're saying?
yeah, kind of,
Stuff you.
stuff like that, marriage stuff. Like, she kind of
Yeah,
like
marriage stuff.
marriage stuff, and then I do tend to forget sometimes. But like we do talk a lot now. Like, I do look forward with my video calls with my wife. It's not like it was like before. Like, before I got married and I was here. Like, I was like, I would try to neglect or disregard our relationship at times. And just even a 1 hour call for every 3 days would be enough for us because there's WhatsApp, there's Messenger, right? But now it's like I have to have this video call with her because like you in marriage life, like you need each other, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got this.
Yeah.
got this now, and you need each other, right? And as you can relate, right? And it did develop now to a relationship like
Yeah.
It's
uh,
it,
it's
it's
symbiotic. You need each other, man.
it's hard. It's also work. Yeah, it's also work.
It is
It's
work.
also
It
it is
is
work,
work. It is work.
and
It's work.
it has different layers to it. From my understanding, you're not always the same with your partner, right? There's always like
No,
different,
no.
and from that differences you get to learn to each other. That's when I learned to sympathize, I empathize on her, or like or like learn and adjust. Why is she acting this way? Okay, maybe because of like big, like this, like that. And yeah, so Mike, so your passion is talking.
Yeah, man.
I didn't
I'm
know
proud.
that, man.
I'm proud to like come out with that now, because back in school, you get bad behavior for talking too much, right? But now, like, there are no rules now such as that in this life right now. In our age, like, we don't get reprimanded by the teachers who talk too much, right? Or something like that. But now it's like I can talk to people, I can connect with people, and I kind of feel like I have this edge that I can break through anyone. It's not a
So
high. It's not a high I get if I do it.
you can break to anyone. You
Yeah,
have that notion.
I have that
Yeah.
I have that confidence that I can break through anyone, even though I come across as offensive or I'm too aggressive or something like that. I just feel
I
like
love that confidence, man.
I just feel like I can talk to anyone. You know what I mean? Like, even though like I don't make sense sometimes and I'm all over the place, I just like it. Yes, like
Yeah.
thank you for going back to going back to that, man. That's probably why I enjoy talking to
Yeah,
you.
because we were talking about you mentioning to Inez like her passion, finding her like what works for her is the herb,
A
and
herb.
you is the talking. Yeah,
Yeah. I kind of get a high out of that. I think. I don't know. It's just work different for it's
so
it's just
Mike,
different for everyone.
we were talking about the first times, right? Like the first time
Yes.
Inez was able to share her first experience with the grass. What about you, man? Let's talk about
Oh
you.
man.
Because since you're kind of a prejudiced guy and we
Yeah.
just want to see how was your first
Yeah, and the
first
reason why
experience.
like I'm so prejudiced about it because I was afraid, like I was I was like following rules and all that stuff, like, and
Like what,
I was always
like
afraid of rules, like there's this rule, right, like um back in school they do a drug test on you, or there is rules. Yeah, I'm a kid. Like, I'm a kid. Like,
lam vel.
yeah, now I later on found out, like, fuck you guys. Like, some of our batchmates were so unlucky they got identified and then they weren't allowed
Yeah,
to march. Marching in high school is it's like such a big thing, and I
big
could not
deal, big
big
deal.
deal.
Yeah,
I could not let my parents down. Like, man, I admit, like, we don't come from like a financially stable family, and if I do that, that's gonna totally break their hearts. But then, yeah, so I was so afraid of these rules growing up, And when I did try my first time, and I was afraid of like, there might be a drug test coming soon, or like I was thinking like that. I was
Now,
afraid.
when was your? So this was your first time when you were in high school. When we were in high school.
No,
Was this your first?
my first time was in college. So my first time I was with some friends in my neighborhood, and we were doing it.
Saber Heights.
Saber
Shout out
Heights.
Saber Heights.
Shout out Saber Heights. My neighborhood. So we were doing it with some friends.
Uptown peeps.
Uptown peeps, man. We were doing it over some drinks, Red Horse, and then some weed.
It's always Red Horse, right? It's always Red Horse. Anyway.
Yeah, that was the option back then. So it was
either Red Horse or Tanduay. It's either.
That's
why when I was in Manila, I was shocked they were drinking Matador. It was different. And when they see Tanduay, they was like it's for like they despised it. Anyway, let's go back to your topic.
What? But I have never tried Tanduay with weed. So like, yeah, when I did my first one, like the first one's always a memorable one. Man, I couldn't get a hold of myself. Like any kind of quiver or movement makes you laugh. It's like
you know what's that called?
What's that called?
Praning. That's it.
Praning. Yeah.
Praning.
Yeah, and then like any movement at all, it just makes you laugh. It's like, for what reason? So yeah, and we were like making noise, painting the town red with our high, and then we were like all over Saber Heights, and we were like making a scene. I could remember that. So like,
yes.
So I couldn't carry on. Like I was afraid for my next one, and I was like, I kind of had that control over myself. Like, no, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And then the next one was like a couple of months after. Like,
okay.
It was in behind Xavier, Isla Bonita.
In the cemetery. It used to be cemetery.
Yeah, the cemetery. Right now. Yeah. I think it was with our friends. Were you there? I'm not sure. Like,
no, yeah. I was in Manila when you guys were in college, diba? So
yeah. So I did another roll up there, and even one of our friends, bro, like he said, and then we had an outing in one time, and he gave me his stash. Like, dude, I heard it was your birthday the other month, so here you go. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? What the fuck am I gonna do with this? So I was carrying that stuff around in my bag. Yeah. I felt like I was somebody. Like, and then I didn't. But the good thing was I didn't use it. So for me, I thought that was good. I thought that was a good thing for me because I didn't want to be like dependent on that stuff. So what I did, I gave it away to my neighbors back in Sivas. They were like happy to receive it. Like,
of course, who wouldn't be happy?
Thanks for the love. I was like, they didn't realize, like, I was like so relieved to give it up because I was keeping that thing for like months in my drawer. Like,
dry na kayo ba?
I think so.
It was already dry as shit. Like
dry as shit. So... I don't know if you can still get a high out of it.
Maybe you could like make it a can of butter. It'll turn it into a butter. Then bake it.
Some edible, right?
It'll be times 10. Yeah.
Are you into edibles, Naz? Like
lately, yeah.
Let's say, do you bake stuff out of it? Like...
Oh no, we just buy. We buy edible. Didn't we go make? I can't. Ayaw lang.
But
how long is the onset? I mean the effect on you. Like how long does it last? If edibles.
No, the edibles.
Oh, the edible. You wouldn't know when it hits you. You just realize because you start laughing.
It does set in late, right?
Pati nawong ni Pat kay funny ka na bitong iyan.
like Snapchat filters and stuff.
So it stays for like maybe an hour maximum.
How long does it like before it goes away?
An hour.
An hour? Wow.
For me.
because when me and my friends, me and Mike's, we have common friends. Like when we went here to the Bukid in this same house,
Same location.
yeah, same location. Me and my friends, I baked the brownies, and
I remember
I
the
used
story.
I used the fiber, so it's a one Ziploc, and I made a can of butter. I made an instant brownies, and we ate it, and they were all eating it, and then said, "Oh man, wala man." Then we were just playing PS4. Wala man.
Some of the worst trips I've ever seen people have was from edible pot.
Oh.
Edible pot is one of the strongest things that people don't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
So one guy was so eating it like so many times.
Damn.
And the munchie started to kick in like when we were in the 90-minute mark of the upon digestion. Then one guy was already in the food trip. He ate more brownies because like he was really tripping out. Then what happened was after 2 hours we were all like, damn, like we were all like
You space out like
spaced out. And one of our friends, rest in peace, he had this, he was already so running, like he was thinking that like someone's coming after me, someone's, and he was creating a like a tense, a stress environment in our group. Like one of I really wanted to punch him just to make him sleep, because he was like
don't kill
funny,
don't kill the vibe.
yeah, like and what happened was he was so praying, like he started panicking that we had to bring him to the ER.
Holy shit, that happened.
Yeah, we went to the ER because he was freaking out, like super freaking out. Like
I think he had one bite. I think he had one bite too many. Yes, because
too many, man.
Probably
he was
thought,
saying. Then we were watching One More Chance for tips, and that was a bad movie of choice, because that guy just came from a breakup. Then he was watching it. Then he was like he was on the hit. And he keeps on texting his
ex,
his significant other. Yeah,
right.
Texting it about stuff. Then maybe, I don't know, maybe the reply wasn't good, or
that's what drove him.
Then that what made him like freak out. So he was so freaked out that I was so bothered. Sabi ko, like, pag relax lang diha kayo, wala ra lagi ni. Ani good ni siya. Dugay ni siya mawala. No. Ano siya. Everyone's freaking out.
Knowing
so
him,
knowing
he would really insist.
We were so what we did was, so we drove to the hospital, man. There's a hospital here, like 15 minutes away. So we drove around 2 a.m.
Damn.
I
wonder what the nurses were thinking, like.
We were in the nurse's office. Like, our eyes were really like
dilated,
red, bloodshot red, man. Like what when I remember the reaction of the nurse when they saw us. It was like he was shocked that so then our eyes were super bloodshot red, man. We can't control it because we were on the peak. We were on the peak of our high,
yeah.
So
yeah,
I was really careful.
How was that drive? How was that drive though? Was it like a long drive?
Though it was like 20 minutes. It was the longest drive. The thing is, it's before, like, that was in 2012, so it was like nearly 9 years ago, man. And there were no like street lights here back then, so it was really dark. And our guy opened the window.
Oh no!
He opened the window because he can't breathe. He keeps on saying he can't breathe. Then like the wind freaked him out, because the car wind, and it's cold and stuff. Then like it freaked him out more than when we were in the hospital. The nurse said, our excuse is that we were drunk. We were drinking.
Fair.
A bit much. We just said that because we can't say that we were under the influence of drugs. might report us or something. Um, so our guy was so demanding of the nurse. Like, can you give me oxygen? Oxygen, like she's saying like that. I can't breathe. Then the nurse advised us that if we can just transfer to the hospital on downtown. Like, how much would it cost? Sabi niya, 2,000 just to ambulance. Sabi ko, hell no, uli na to eh. Sabi ko, kawa na to dati. Then we just went out without even like doing the paperwork. We just like, yes me by yes me.
For what? What is that experience for? Like,
it was an adventure, man, because we were timing for when no one was there. Thank God there's only one nurse staff, and the guard went to the CR. When the guard went to the CR, we ran. I grabbed our friend, then like, man, how
let's get out of here.
Mas
Man,
guilty noon to
I finally know the full backstory of that.
Yeah,
that's what happened that day.
Yeah, bantog gabi ko kakaulit ato kay gabi kay praning kay Shabay. Morong like so crazy.
And to think it hit the tolerance, right? Like he's not used to that kind of stuff.
He's not used to that.
He took one too many.
Imagine
like, overwhelming.
Imagine a sober guy who hasn't even tried that, then trying it for the first time, plus hitting on the munchies and eating more.
Twice the effect.
Yeah, and I remember when I dropped them off back to the city, they still felt they
were still on it.
Yeah, they were still on it.
And you were there like, yeah. Get used to it. I'm used to that.
It, man. Like, and that's when I realized like kanyang trip di like let's talk about your so Mike talking about his first time, we're talking about each other's first time, right? So then my first time was also memorable because I have it with one of our first guests here in our show. He was the one who introduced me to
shout out
to that grass. Like it was my first time. I just what I remember during my first time is what is also in the uptown. It's also in the uptown in Pueblo
golf course.
Yeah, in the golf course. Then we were smoking so many. Like it's my first time to do bong hits, and it was actually my first time to do everything. And what I saw was what happened was 2 hours after, I saw Simba in the grass.
Damn.
I saw Simba and Mufasa, like they were hiding in the grass. That was my first trip, and
that must be scary.
So memorable. It was scary because there were like, remember there were like blank lots in Pueblo, right?
Yeah.
So there were grasses. So when you stare long enough, you'll see something.
Naz, so and Koi, that was some really crazy first times, right? Like, and I remember this song from our last guest, No Pets Allowed, Hero Tungia. He said they have a song, Unang Tilaw. So like you can never forget the first time. And I think for our listeners right now, there's always a first time for everything. And it's always like the first time that's very memorable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, like, what is it like for you, Naz? Like, I'm pretty sure this is like I wouldn't say it's like a mileage thing now. So,
lugar like something.
Yeah,
like
man, they're like your experience is like probably wouldn't say way off the roof, but like you have a deeper understanding with this thing now. Like, talk about what it means to you, and like I know like you just recently did K Na Ging, and what does this like what does cannabis mean for you? Like
so honestly, K Na Ging, sorry, cannabis has been a very good medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's really a medicine because sure you smoke and you have fun, pero ako man good. I'd rather take it alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather take it. I don't like to take it outside of my house. I'm uncomfortable with that. I'm not comfortable using it with people I don't know.
Right.
So most of my experiences are in my house, in my room. And the rest kay murag remember na ko tanan funny moments kay talag sa raman good. So yeah, it's more of a medicine to me than for fun. Yeah. Plus I'm very paranoid too. I overthink. Like I said a while ago, it's like welcome to your present. Ayaw pagkoan, don't think ahead. Relax, chill, live in the moment. Marami siya ging ana.
It's like a meditation for you. Does it feel that way?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm really curious, Ness, like moving forward with K Na Ging, does sound kind of like a brand now, a community, a brand. Like, where do you see your community, this K Na Ging, moving forward? Like, do you see yourself doing a dispensary, or do you see yourself like putting out mercs, like bongs and stuff, or like your own strain of weed? Like, where do you see yourself with K Na Ging moving forward? What's the future for K Na Ging?
So short term, I just need viewers. I haven't been really active because our baby started getting so clingy. So I can't go live anytime I want to na. So hopefully next year, no, this year, 2021, see, I'm lost. Wow. We might be releasing merch, t-shirts, and hopefully pipes too.
Nice.
So yeah, and yes, long term siguro kana gyud dispensary. I just applied to herbology. Among dispensary,
Wow.
I like nag-apply ko to be a bud tender because it pays well to bud tender.
That's so ironic. I just searched that up. Like, is it a dead end job, or is it like is it
tons of opportunity?
Yeah, I know. That's why I was reading about it. Like, man, like it opens up so many things, right?
Yeah. And
you and your prejudiced mind.
I just read that off the internet, dude.
Yeah, because it's also amazing because Pat is so supportive of it.
That's nice to have.
Like,
and also, bukod na ang thing, before we got together, kay nag-smoke me, nag-ilam me, and then nag-smoke me, and then we got along, nag-iyam tayo. Grabe to siya gingana. So, he's been supportive since day one. Siya po akong supplier since day one.
Supplier. Do you think that you have a responsibility? Like, you have this community now. You feel like you owe it to the world that like you have to bring this community together, or like?
Not so much. Like, given that it's not really legal everywhere. Really, yes, I would be very happy to have like a community here, because iwas konsensya, iwas blames. Because in the Philippines, it's so dangerous to have a community there. So I really don't want to talk about the community there, because they're also it's also an eye opener, this whole community, because I made this for fun, and then I met the community #mabuhay mapungay. So sa ila, fun and education null. So they share informations, they share who the scammers are, they share because it's a really big thing that's happening right now in the Philippines na daghan scammers, like to the point like they scam 50K and they just met on Instagram. So
yeah,
it's informing other people about it. And kanang also the recent bagyo, what was that? Daghan man kay nabaan ato. The community did raise funds for it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. So there are good stoners, and I believe stoners are generally good. There's no bad stoner. Tanan stoners kay good. Everyone has a heart sa pag kung stoner ka. I think Hindi uban na kung sagol-sagol na dili maayo.
Right.
I really don't want to advise people to take weed because it's really based on your experience. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a different experience to everyone. So I wouldn't really tell someone to try weed but I would advise that the first timers take weed and know why they're taking it. If they want to have fun, then hinay-hinay lang. If they want to sleep, daghan-daghani. Ingan na bitaw, so know why
Doesn't
you're taking
sleep.
it and know how much you're taking it. So, kana lang. But if you want, of course, the first experience should be fun. So, hinay-hinay lang cause para madugay ang fun. Yeah.
They can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Alaship Dad?
Nah, dude, I'm good.
Like, good
Yeah.
snuff. Like, yeah. Nez, like, before we end the show, like, we have this signature question, right? And, yeah. Hope you're up for it. So, like, given that
Okay.
given your position right now, like, you like people look up to you now. I think so in your platform in K Na Ging. Like you
Yeah.
have like people watching you too. Like I can see like you got I can see the live right now. Like I'm here, Koi's here, who else is here, and a lot of people have joined, and then they do see your platform. So given all that and you knowing that the positive effects of like for you that the cannabis has for you in your life, like what is your huge upside? Like what have you learned out of all of this?
I learned that cannabis is good. It's generally good. And it's okay. Don't be guilty taking them. You should be happy taking them. Yeah.
Right, bro, like anything you want to add to that, man?
Very well said already by our guest over here.
Max, thank you.
Yeah.
Nez,
Thank you so
like
much for
we
that
appreciate you coming to the show, like for making time for us. This was fun. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you were entertaining your platform, K Na Ging. For all of you all who are listening to this, check her page out. You're about that.
Stoner mom.
So if you're a stoner mom, hashtag stoner mom. Shout out to the stoner moms out there.
Yes, Mama.
Yes, and this is a solid platform right here for this kind of community. Thank you, Nez, for coming to the show. And that's it for our segment for today. Huge upside. See you on the next episode. Untapped potential. See y'all.
Love our videos? Please click the like button or hit subscribe. This is the huge upside.